film sucks. Indie film sucks. It's the Indie Film Sucks podcast. Yeah.
Coming at you from the mean streets of St. Louis, from a basement on South Broadway, the Indie Film Sucks podcast. Because indie film is fun when you have a friend along.
Yeah, I 100% agree.
Yeah. Kevin Edwards, director of the Always Late TV Movie Awards,
yes. You got it.
Close enough. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
I have zero complaints.
Oh, that's great. Yeah. I also have zero complaints.
Fabulous.
Yeah. I appreciate all the hospitality.
Oh, not a problem.
Yeah. Thanks for having me back.
Thanks for being back.
Yeah, no problem.
Glad somebody's here. Jeez. Otherwise, I'd be sitting on here by myself.
Yeah, we don't have Brock or Mackie here.
No Brock, no Mackie, no Brittany.
They're on assignment.
They're
all three of them.
All three on assignment.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's got to be some assignment.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
3 separate assignments.
Oh, wow.
So what's new, brother? What you got?
Well, we're heading into year 4 of our film festival, the Always Late TV Movie Awards. That'll be coming to Hathaway Cultural Center at Lewis and Clark Community College, March 21st and 22nd. And then we also picked up a couple screening events leading up to that are in the Alton area. So
what are those screening events?
Yeah, that'll be March 8th from 2 to 4 p.m. at Post Commons in Alton. That's downtown. And then also downtown on March 14th, we're going to be at Old Bakery Brewery from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. And then both events have bar service, so if you want to get drinks and snacks and stuff like that, you can.
So are these films? Are they workshops? What are they?
Yeah, those are screening events. So we're going to be screening some local films and then some not so local films, and then also having Q&As with certain filmmakers.
I see. Are these are you paying to go to these? Are these free? What are?
No, these are free. Yep, just like our festival. So
wait, are you telling me, Kevin, that the festival is free?
But wait, there's more. Yes. The festival itself on March 21st and 22nd is free. Yep. So admission's free, parking's free. Yeah.
So you're telling me you're going to have how many movies?
Oh boy. I know a lot about my festival, but now that I'm on the spot, I'm going to guess like 20 at the college, and then playing 4 at Post Commons, and then probably 6 or 7 at Old Bakery.
Total films for the festival?
Mm-hmm. Yep. So if I had to add all those up, that's probably like 30.
30 films. Mm-hmm. Okay, not bad. Is this smaller than last year? Or is it about the same, or is it bigger?
Bigger. Yep. Because last year on the Saturday where we were screening movies, we also had an improv comedy show.
Okay.
So we don't have that on that Saturday. We have that on Sunday.
Okay.
Yeah. So Saturday is strictly just screenings and Q&As all day.
And when is the big, beautiful award show?
That'll be March 22nd. And our award show is going to be 7 to 9:30-ish p.m. We'll see how well we time out the show. But it's supposed to end at 9:30. So that'll be Sunday evening, right after the red carpet.
Well, I got to tell you, man, I have been to a few festivals in my time. I have been to a few award shows. And you guys really do it up with the full production.
Thank you.
And you don't give away some sort of bullshit certificate award. I mean, it's usually some sort of handcrafted metal thing.
Yep.
Because we've won a couple of them, full disclosure.
You've got a perfect record so far.
So far.
Yeah.
So far.
But yeah, we have trophies that are made. My dad, the creative genius that he is, makes our trophies. And he just comes up with these like amazing creative ideas that you wouldn't think a trophy should look like.
Sure.
You know, because you're thinking, you know, Oscars, Academy Awards, etc. But he just thinks outside the box, and he's like, "Oh no, we gotta have an award that looks like a guy picking up a giant popcorn cup." I'm like, "Yes, I love that, Dad. Amazing. Let's do it." So this year he's outdone himself, and we've got an army of trophies at his shop in Wood River. So we just need to slap the plaques on them for the winners, and they're ready to go.
Cool.
Yeah.
And this is an international film festival, is it not?
Yes. I feel honored that we've had, you know, a lot of international visitors to the festival. And so we've even traveled as far as Australia and Japan. Australia is probably the farthest. I didn't realize how far away it was.
It's a haul.
But it takes so long to get from Australia to here that you actually end up going back in time. Okay? So...
Nice.
Because I'm looking at it and I'm like, oh, this isn't going to probably take you that long to get here. No, I learned there's a thing called the International Date Line. And, you know, when you pass it, and this guy ended up spending like 17 hours on a plane. And that was rough. That was rough on him.
Did they win an award?
He won an award.
Because wouldn't that be a bitch, man, to fly 17 hours to get an honorable mention?
Yeah.
Like, hey, or best costumes. Like, well,
yeah.
Fuck, I'm going home.
Yeah. Or did not get an award at all.
Or not get anything.
Yeah. Which, I mean, there's always that risk, right?
Yeah, sure.
You know, because we've had people travel and, you know, they don't end up winning, but that's like the chance you take.
Yeah.
You know, because we don't let the winners know ahead of time that, you know, they've otherwise, why would we have an award show?
Sure, because nobody would show up.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So that's part of the unpredictability. You know, you get to sit there with the people who are biting their fingernails, hoping that their name gets called.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
that's always nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
Because I'll tell you what, myself, and the rest of 88 millimeter, we are locally definitely used to be in the losers. Used to be in fourth place. That's what led.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not here though.
No, we've done okay.
Yeah.
Done okay at.
Last year you won Best Comedy.
Yes.
Yep. And then 2 years before that, you won every single performance award.
Well, I think I won Best Director, so that's
Best Director, Best Actor, Best Actress.
hot damn. I mean,
all the same movie.
You can't top that.
No.
I mean, it's no Best Costumes, let me tell you.
Well,
and again, not to throw shade on the wardrobe department. I'm not doing that. That's kind of an inside joke where you make this really epic film,
mm-hmm.
and that's the only bone they can manage to throw you.
Oh yeah.
You know. But anyways, so what do you do? Because I know there's something that you do that sets you apart from nearly every film festival I've ever been a part of.
Feedback. Yeah. As a filmmaker myself, you know, I know what it's like to, you know, get this chunk of money that you set aside and you say, okay, I'm going to spend all this money on festival submissions. Okay. And I'm going to get my movie out there and I want to go to some festivals and I want to win some awards. Okay. Well, when you don't get picked, when you get that notification on Film Freeway that says not selected, you know, you want to know why.
Exactly.
Okay. Now you never want to reach out to the festival director and ask, okay, well, why didn't my film, you know, make it? Okay. They're probably not going to answer. We do. Okay. But you want to know where you stand. And, you know, that was always something that bugged me. So then when I started the Always Late TV Movie Awards, that was something that, you know, I was like, okay, well, we can definitely promise this to every single person who submits a film. You know, we can give everybody feedback. So that's something that we've done, you know, every year so far. And if you're going to choose our festival and you're going to spend your hard-earned money to submit your movie, I think the least a festival can do is let you know why you didn't get picked.
I agree.
Yeah.
Because if you spend, let's say, $25 to $75 or more dollars for a film festival, and all you get is the form email rejection, like, oh, dear filmmaker, thank you so much for submitting to Cincinnati Indie Fest. Unfortunately, we got so many great submissions this year, blah, 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 punk rock, make art.
Yeah.
That doesn't help you. That just
No.
pisses you off. But if they say, hey, buddy, you know what? Your film, the sound was not that good. I saw what you were going for, but it just didn't quite make the grade. You might not want to hear that, but at least you heard something.
Yeah.
So you can, as a creator, as an artist, you can be like, okay, maybe I could have done this better. Maybe the next time, now with this feedback, which, I've been rejected by a bunch of festivals, and this is the only one who told me you didn't get in because of this. Maybe I can fix that.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think if a festival has watched your movie and they don't pick you, that feedback exists somewhere. Okay.
Yeah.
Whether it's on paper or on a hard drive or in someone's head. Okay. The filmmaker deserves to hear that. Okay.
Agreed.
They deserve to find out why you didn't select them. If you even watched the movie to begin with.
Sure.
We watch all the movies. So.
And I don't think every festival can say that.
Yeah. Well,
And you know what? I don't know. Maybe every festival watches every movie. Maybe they do. You don't think so? No. I don't think so either.
No, there's no way. I love your optimism, but that's definitely not happening. A lot of festivals don't watch all the movies.
Why do you think that is?
Time is probably the main thing.
It is time consuming.
It is. It is. But I think that a film festival has to balance that, because that's not the filmmaker's problem.
No, it's not.
That's the festival's problem. And to me, we had 235 submissions this year.
So
Okay.
how many did you pick out of 235?
235, I can tell you how many nominees we have. We have about 64 nominees.
Okay.
Okay. And, I'm sure it was tough for the judges to whittle that down, but that is a good, to me as a festival director, having that many submissions and having that many movies to watch, that's the problem you want.
Yeah.
You never want to have a festival that just barely gets anything submitted. Okay. Because then you end up screening what you got, and then any award that you have aren't really merit based at that point.
Yeah, I mean,
Because you've got
got
nothing to
if
do.
you got 16 films,
Yeah.
hey, everybody wins,
Everybody takes home the trophy.
whether they deserve it or not.
Yeah. So that's a good problem to have, is to have all those movies. That's totally on the festival. The festival, I think, is obligated to make the time to make sure that all those movies are getting watched. Because what is the point of getting somebody paying you money on Film Freeway to put their movie in your hands and you're not even going to watch it? That sucks.
So, could you make an argument that is a form of theft?
Yeah.
I mean,
You could.
I mean, for real. I mean, it's dishonest, if nothing else. If you submit a film to a festival and you pay them, let's say $35 for the chance of having your film play, and they don't even bother to watch it, what did you pay that $35 for?
Right.
I mean, if they watched it and rejected it, that's it's either because it didn't fit the festival, or it wasn't good enough, or it was off-putting, or whatever. But at least you paid for the privilege to have someone reject you. But if they don't even watch it,
Right. Well, there's no way to police it.
No.
Right? Film Freeway doesn't have there's no checks in place to basically force the hand of the festival director to watch everything. They only get on you to make sure that you've got all of your notification statuses selected, so that come notification date, everybody knows if they've been selected, honorable mentioned, nominated, whatever.
Sure.
Okay, you got to have that done. But there's no check to make sure that you've hit play on every single movie. Not just you, but like judges.
Sure.
To make sure that eyeballs have been on all the films. There's nothing to, force anyone to do that. And because of that, what incentive do those other festivals have to watch everything?
Other than basic humanity and
Other
honesty.
than basic humanity, which I feel like we have.
I think so.
Thank you. Because it's the right thing to do. It's crappy to not watch people's movies. But I guess my point is there's no one holding their feet to the fire.
Yeah.
So they get away with it.
And like so many things tied to the film industry, there is a lot of dishonesty
Yeah.
involved with every level of filmmaking, which is unfortunate, but it's film festivals and sometimes even production itself. There was a local production in St. Louis that was awarded a major grant, and we're talking six figures, and then come to find out they didn't pay a good chunk of the crew that they hired. Did not pay people, or some people only got a partial payment. So what did you do with that money? Wow. It's, there is a lot of dishonesty.
Someone went on vacation.
Yeah. Someone's driving a new Corvette or whatever.
Yeah.
It's
That's
terrible.
Wild.
Yes.
That's wild to me. Yeah, that sucks. My heart goes out to all the people that got, scammed off of that.
Yeah.
I hope that there's some way that they can recoup that.
Hopefully.
Because if you got to sue them, sue them.
But filmmakers can't sue festivals, as far as I'm aware,
No.
to prove that their movie was watched.
Right.
Which, that's just the least you can do.
Yeah.
The absolute least is just hit play and not even watch it, but at least do something. There's got to be some sort of check that somebody somewhere smarter than us, I guess, can put into place, or just don't be a piece of shit and
There's that too.
and watch the films.
Yeah.
So have you experienced that yourself? Because I know I have years ago, where I submitted to festivals and never heard anything. Didn't even get the shitty rejection email back. Just eventually saw, such and such fest is screening. Like, wow, I guess we didn't get in. Because no one ever, they cashed a check, but no one ever said anything.
Yeah. I've had that because for the two short films I made, I must have submitted to about 50 of them. I got feedback one time, and then and I don't know if this is a universal shared experience or not, but to the ones that you're really excited about, sometimes, I've stayed up and kept hitting refresh on their website.
Sure.
Because you're like, I hope I have some good news to, give the cast and crew, because that'd be really cool.
Yeah.
But then, you don't find anything out, and that's another thing on top of not watching the movies is transparency.
Yes.
We've probably sent out too many emails since January 6th, which was our notification date for 2026. So our filmmakers would have too much information. They know the schedules, they know if they're nominated, and if they're nominated, which awards. That's easy.
Sure.
Because you can set that stuff up on Film Freeway to automatically send on certain dates. You can just do that. Okay? That's not very hard. And I don't want this to sound like we're just dogging on other film festivals, but it is an easy thing to do. Out of basic human decency, give the filmmakers the information about if their movie is going to get screened or not. Because for me, I know I've been selected into festivals and, my movie didn't screen. I get that. I understand that. That's the film festival putting their stamp on it and saying, hey, this is good. We'll vouch for it. But we couldn't screen it because I know that film festivals don't have infinite time.
Sure,
to play
or
everything.
space or
Right.
whatever.
And film festival schedules for screening are fluid. Those can change. You know, we always put on ours schedule subject to change because we have made a couple adjustments, you know, and you got to let everybody know.
Do you ever get the last minute filmmaker, you know, running in with the flash drive like, hey, here's the latest cut? You ever get that?
Yeah. I've had to. Yeah. We had that. The date that all the filmmakers, the deadline that the filmmakers had to give us copies of their films for screening was January 20th. And on January 20th, I did have some directors, awesome directors, by the way, love their films, but they did get it to me at the 11th hour. Kind of like you said, they just not literally running to my house, but the,
Sure.
you know, no, and then put the flash drive in my hand. But I got the Dropbox link pretty late.
Let me ask you this, because you know you're a festival director, and there are people who want to know things about film festivals, and
Yep.
you would be a person to ask. Do your chances go dramatically down the closer you are to that final deadline of getting in a festival, or are they about the same? Like if I submit a movie on the first day it's eligible to submit versus the last day it's eligible to submit, are my chances the same? Or have my chances dramatically decreased because almost everything has been picked by that end date?
So a film festival shouldn't have everything picked out before the deadline, right? Film festivals should have a buffer between their deadline and their notification date. That way it gives the judges time to clean up and finish watching all the films and make sure that everything's fair and on the up and up. Okay. We had that. We had 6 days from the deadline to our notification date where films couldn't be submitted, but our judges could finish watching everything. That way we had a fair list of nominees and everything. So I would say that you don't stand a very good chance if there's not a very wide buffer room between the deadline and the notification date.
Sure.
So if the deadline is within, 24 or 48 hours of the notification date, yeah, you're probably out of luck, unfortunately.
Which is kind of common sense, really. Though.
Yeah. But if it's any longer than that, I'd say you got a good shot,
Okay.
especially if it's a short.
Yeah, because shorts, as everybody knows, are easier to program than a feature.
Yep.
Because you can cram more in. And in my opinion, indie films, true independent films, should not be some 2.5 hour epic.
Yeah.
Because, man, unless you are like young Coppola or something like that, it's probably not that great. And nobody wants to sit through your 2.5 hour indie drama made for $9,000 shot with your friends and family.
Yeah, and a movie that's that long is really tough to, schedule too.
Yes.
Because looking at all, like you said, it's easier to program shorts.
Yes.
You can plug a bunch of them in. And we did. We've put in a bunch of shorts, but we're screening more features this year than we have in previous years. And those features aren't anywhere close to 2 hours.
Sure.
Okay. If you've made a 2 hour feature, you can probably get into a festival. You could get a selection. You might get a nomination if they've watched it and they like it. But I wouldn't hold your breath on getting screened because that's just...
Unless it's a damn good movie.
Yeah, but boy, that gives me a headache thinking about where I would put that in.
Yeah.
Because there's also other movies that are tough to squeeze in, like short features and long shorts.
Yep.
Yep. So we have anything 40 minutes and under is to us considered a short, and everything 40 minutes and 1 second and up is considered a feature. And it's an arbitrary line, but we have to make it.
Sure.
Because there's no universal rule of thumb as to what's a short and what's a feature, because everybody's got different definitions.
Yeah, I mean, my own personal definition is minimum feature length is 60 minutes. Mm-hmm. But again, that's not a hard and fast set in stone rule.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And if you submitting a short to a festival, you got way more competition.
Yes.
Yep. That's another tip. If you are a filmmaker and you make a good feature, you stand a much better chance winning a film festival award than you would be if you submitted a good short.
I can definitely agree to that, because let's say the festival programs, I don't know. I mean, depending on how many you get. Let's say it's a big festival, so there's 20 features throughout, a 4-day weekend. There's probably going to be 200 shorts compared to that. Yeah. I mean, yeah. So there's going to be a lot of shorts, and it's a lot easier to make a really good short compared to a really good feature film. So therefore, there's going to be more competition.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. So it's much harder to get your foot in the door and even get nominated, much less win, if you've got a short.
So speaking of all that, how many angry filmmakers have you had reach out to you because they didn't get nominated or didn't get in or didn't get whatever?
Historically, there's like every year at least one or two. They're usually people who don't check their email, and it reminds me of that episode of The Simpsons where Ned Flanders talks to, not Ned's parents, okay, talk to the doctor, and they've said, "Doctor, we've tried nothing and we're all out of ideas." Okay.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like. They haven't checked their email, so they don't have the up-to-date information. And I had one guy share me the screening schedule, okay? Because we had a graphic on Instagram. So he shares the entire screening schedule with me and asks where his movie is going to screen. And that movie is not on the list, mind you. Okay?
Well, that would be nowhere, sir.
So he shares a screening schedule with me, so I have to read it to him and tell him that his movie's not screening. That's not fun for me.
I'm sure it's not.
But it usually comes from people who have the information, but they don't bother taking it.
So has anyone ever successfully argued that was not selected? Have they ever successfully argued to get their film subsequently selected into the festival?
No. No. So that wouldn't work. Okay.
Because the schedule's set at that point.
Sure. And Film Freeway does not like you changing notification statuses after the notification date. So if you've got a movie that's not selected and you go to then turn that into a selection or something, they don't like that. So it's easier for us if we just have everything finalized by our notification date and just leave it like that. The only status that ever changes is nominee to winner. If you're not selected, or you got an honorable mention, those never change. They never morph into anything else. But I have had a couple times. One guy, our first year, called me. Okay? Because I don't know how he got my number, but he called me. And just a real jerk, okay? Really sarcastic. He said, am I to believe that my film has not been selected? Okay? So then he proceeds to tell me that we're missing out, okay? Because we don't know what we're talking about, because his film has been chosen by all of these other film festivals, and he's naming them off, okay? And I know those festivals. Those are the online only ones. Okay? So that's a whole other thing that I could get into, are the online only festivals.
And that filmmaker, ladies and gentlemen, was Robert Eggers. No, it wasn't.
He worked really hard. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so he's naming all that off, you know, and I'm like, yeah, man, I'm sorry, I don't know what to tell you. You know, they just didn't like your film. So you'll find out why. But yeah, we couldn't give you a selection. So
Well, you know, that's life is tough.
yeah, yeah, it is, you know, but I guess he felt a little entitled, you know. I never feel that way when I'm submitting to a festival. I know that, like, there's a chance that I'm not going to get in,
Absolutely.
you know, but I'm never going to feel like, well, you have to pick me. You know, I don't know what else is out there. You know, there's probably a lot of other cool stuff. You know, sometimes that cool stuff is better than what I made. And sometimes that's just how it shakes out.
I mean, whenever I'm submitting to a festival, I feel like I'm literally just flushing money down the toilet. and maybe by the grace of God, something will float back up. I mean, that's how I feel.
Oh, some of it came back.
Yeah.
There we go.
Hey, there we go. I'm a winner. You know,
But
because
if you clog the drain with enough money, that will happen.
yes,
So,
yeah.
yeah.
Okay, so is there anything new this year with the festival
Yes.
that you have not done before?
Yes, Q&As. So we're having Q&As at all of our events. So our two screening events that are going to be at Post Commons on March 8th and Old Bakery Brewery on March 14th. And by the way, you can get the schedules and dates and times on our website at alwayslatetv.com. That's where you're going to get the most up-to-date information. But yeah, those two screenings events and our main festival are going to have Q&As for the first time. And, you know, it had always been something that I wanted to put in the festival, but I just didn't know, like, how it would fit in. But this time we are pulling it off. So we're going to have, you know, director's chairs on the stage, and, you know, we're going to do it right.
Nice.
Yeah. Little inside the actor's studio kind of look.
You can have a couple of ferns up there.
Maybe. I mean, that would be a great idea.
You kind of look like, what's his name, James Carville? Was that the guy? Who was, or was that a...
Zach Galifianakis?
No, the guy who used to do Inside the Actors Studio.
Oh.
Well, whoever the hell that was.
Yeah.
I don't remember. I think James Carville was a senator or something. I don't know. Anyways.
Yeah. He was. He was the bald guy.
Yeah.
Yep. Who was always angry.
Shows what I know. But, yeah. So, Kevin Edwards, director of Always Late TV Movie Awards.
Yep.
Thank you so much for coming back on the podcast.
Yeah, no problem.
And once again, tell everyone out there, tell our multitude of listeners, where can we find out everything we need to know about this festival?
Yes. So go to our website at alwayslatetv.com, and there you'll have the most up-to-date information about our festival, including our schedule, our dates and times, and you can even see what movies are playing. So you can, you know, plan your day that way. I want to see X, Y, and Z. Well, you'll know when X, Y, and Z are playing. And it's also a good idea to check that the day of the event to see if anything's changed. But on Sunday, March 8th, from 2 to 4 p.m., we're going to be at Post Commons in Alton, Illinois. On March 14th, from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m., we're going to be at Old Bakery Brewery in downtown Alton. And then at Lewis and Clark Community College at Hathaway Cultural Center on March 21st and 22nd, we've got the film festival. And we're going to have screenings and Q&As on March 21st. And then on March 22nd, we're going to have our improv comedy show directed by the amazing Katarina Clayton, who is running for Missouri House of Representatives this November.
Hey, there we go.
So, for the district of St. Charles. And we're going to have our red carpet experience and our one-of-a-kind award show full of unpredictable craziness. So
It is quite a production.
Yeah.
Been there a few times.
thank you.
So, and also, in case I didn't mention it, it's all absolutely free.
Free, yes.
You can't beat free,
No.
as far as I'm aware, unless they're paying you to be there. Then that'd be better. But damn, you can't do that.
Yeah, parking is abundant. There's tons of parking spaces. It's a college, and parking's free and admission's free. So you could just show up, act like you own the place, and find a seat and have a good time.
Man, can't do better than that.
No.
Well, I think we talked about a lot tonight.
Yes, we did. Yeah.
We talked about, the usual things we talk about around here, which
Yeah.
are the highs,
The lows,
and the in-betweens of
Yes.
what? True independent film.
filmmaking.
Yeah, that, what you said. On the Indie Film Sucks podcast, brought to you by 88mm Productions. Go to indiefilmsucks.com to submit your films to be reviewed. We don't have a festival, not yet anyways, but we do have the review site, and we review films on this site. And also go to Facebook, Indie Film Sucks, and Instagram, and I don't know, there's probably a few other places it's out there.
Yeah, check it out.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
And we'll see you again soon.
All right.
Good night.
Indie film sucks. Indie film sucks. It's the Indie Film Sucks podcast. Yeah.